control what's coming ahead of us, and that's what we've done. And we won 5 games in a row after that. So it's also from a human perspective, it just tells you that you can't dwell in the past. You have to really face what's ahead of you, and that's what we've done. And kudos to these girls. They were unbelievable throughout. And yeah, sometimes I had some harsh words to say. Sometimes, I had to be a nice guy, but they listened to everything and respected everything.
Just a follow-up on that. So I had a conversation actually with one of the players before you left, and they said that you give them individual tasks, to just go back and reflect on. I know the World Cup is done, but Coach, I'm very curious to know what some of those tasks may have been.
Now you want me to reveal my secrets. The task is simple. It's you as a person. Go and reflect. Think about what you've done and how you contributed to the team's success or failure, and see if you can do it better next time you get an opportunity to do that. That's all. It's you, the person. Reflect on you. Because at the end of the day, you can look at everybody else and start pointing fingers and say, because of that one and that one, it won't help you. So you gotta do some introspection and then come up with the solutions.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yang Hasipembe from the Daily Maverick. My question is for the skipper. I think generally we all know that women's sports is still trying to play catch up to the men's game across different sports. As unfortunate as it is to lose 3 World Cup finals in a row, for the people that are coming behind you, how important is it for you guys to be reaching these levels that you are reaching? And of course, hopefully the World Cup will come in the next couple of years, but just to be there and inspiring the people that are coming behind you as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think this tournament we really felt a lot of support from back home. It was amazing to see sort of my phone blowing up after we won that semi-final. How many people were watching. There were videos of the whole entire school supporting us, having dress-up days in their Protea clothes. I think stuff like that maybe wouldn't have happened 8-10 years ago in the women's game. I saw a picture on Twitter as well of the World Cup final in 2013 in India, and it was almost an empty stadium. And a couple of nights ago we played in front of 45,000 people, sold-out stadium. So I think it's absolutely amazing to see how far the women's game has come. You can really visibly see the progress, and I think us making finals just inspires so many young girls at schools, and boys as well, to take up the sport, to see what's possible as a professional female athlete in the country. So it's very awesome.
Thanks. Benjamin? Thanks, Lita. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Laura.
Hello.
My name is Benjamin. My name is Benjamin Leshuru from SABC Sport. Congratulations on everything. I'd like to know, you had admittedly not been in the best form of your life heading to the World Cup, and you had explained that you still want to get back to your best, and you did, and we're all glad to see it at the most crucial stages. I'd like to know what snaps. Is there something that snaps at the right moment for you as the captain? I mean, you've been to World Cups, you faced heartbreak 2017, 2022, but this is the first time you were the captain. Is there something that snaps at the right moment for you to say, okay, this is the big stage, let me do this? And also, secondly, can you just explain the howling from the ladies when your name was mentioned? Inside joke, maybe?
I'm guessing it's because my nickname is Wolfie. And
oh, sorry.
Bit of a howl. But yeah, on my personal form, obviously, I probably didn't have my best year leading up to the World Cup. But cricket kind of goes that way, bit of ebbs and flows. I think chatted to a lot of the coaches about how I was going about it, and maybe almost took it a bit too seriously this year. I think in games you have to be a bit sort of carefree in order to play a natural game. I think this year maybe wanted it a little bit too much, or wanted to do well too much, whereas We had a few rain-delayed games in Colombo where we were sort of forced to play a more attacking brand of cricket. And I think those games sort of helped loosen the shackles a bit for my personal game and just kept going with that free scoring mindset. And yeah, we obviously have a whole lineup of batters that are really good and really aggressive, so I know that I can just play my natural game up front in the tournament. So it was nice to sort of just have that freedom opening the batting. And yeah, bit of lucky timing, I guess, to score runs at the end.
Good evening, everyone. All protocol observed. Ladies, congratulations on your work. Enoch, this question's for you. There are provincial structures in place that have allowed for players to come through for the 50-over format and the 20-over format. But do you look at any room for improvement to ensure that the work that's been done over the past 3 ICC editions and getting into finals isn't wasted moving forward for the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, great question. Firstly, I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone, that has been involved in this journey, from members council to the board, to the executive, to the staff, the rest of cricket ecosystem, our sponsors that have joined us, on this journey going forward. And most importantly, and it was mentioned before, our families play a massive role. A lot wouldn't be achieved if our families didn't, back us and understand the level of sacrifices that every cricketer, administrators, all of us, we actually go through to ensure that, we give it all, we give it our best, and we can actually raise the flag and raise it as high as possible, and try and make obviously everyone proud in the country, but also in the continent. And coming back to your question, we've always been intentional in terms of our investment in our cricketing structure, especially in women's cricket. When we started to envision what women's cricket could actually look like down the line, we needed to make some big calls and some sacrifices financially. And because we didn't want to get behind the eighth ball, we wanted to make sure that we put ourselves in a position that we can actually compete against the best, and not only just compete, and also start to dominate and win matches and win World Cups. And that's been the mindset. And everybody that has been involved in this process, coaches, the rest of management, players, everyone, you can almost see how the mindset have changed over the last sort of 3 years. And in that process, obviously strengthening our domestic structures, because that was one element we needed to make sure that we try and bridge the gap between international and domestic. And there's even bigger plans moving forward, because for us, it's important that, we remain very competitive and very dominant at international cricket. But now, what do we need to do between international and domestic? How do we make sure that that gap also gets a bit closer and tighter? Because for us, it's not just about short term; it is a long term, and we want to dominate as South Africans. So that for us is not gonna. We don't gonna look at the failures. Yes, there's 1 or 2 things we will probably review, but there's been a lot of positives out of this World Cup. And if you look at all the World Cups that we've played, and every single World Cup, there's been, from a performance point of view, there's been massive improvements. And you can see the level of, Laura spoke about the attacking brand of cricket. And it's not only just on the batting front, but also on the bowling front. Speaking to the coach, how impressed he was with the bowling unit in the final, how they actually responded in their second spells, after such a good start by the Indian team. But the maturity they showed and the belief, it was incredible, because we could have been in a position where we could have chased down, 350. But that is something that has been coming. And you can see that, this unit is carrying something special. And it's just a matter of time. And we got to make sure that we keep investing, we keep supporting, bettering the structures. And like I said, it's just a matter of time that this team do something even extra special for us.
Thank you, Enoch. Any takers? Thank you. Please go ahead.
Coach Mandla, good evening, everyone. This one is for you. While I was doing interviews during the World Cup, a lot of people were commending your leadership style in terms of how calm you are, especially leading the ladies into high pressured matches. I just want to find out from you, How do you explain your leadership style? It's a follow-up question to Naledi's one. How do you explain your leadership style and how much of that has worked? And also your observation of youngsters, how they have managed to handle themselves during this World Cup. Top of my head, Karabo.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
I thought you were going to say somebody else as well. Yeah, just from my side, I think, having been privileged enough to play the game, I sort of understood what is it that I want as a player and what is it that I don't want. Because I think a lot of times what has happened in my career was that they treated me as a player, so I was a commodity, somebody that just needs to produce all the time, and they forgot the person. And then that's when it dawned on me to say, okay, so what is important here? Is it the outcome or is it the person? Is it the performances or is it the person? Is it winning or is it the person? Because you can lose, but the person needs to be consistent and they must stay true to themselves all the time. And then I think we spend a lot more time on the skill side of things and we spend less time on the human side of things. And that's my philosophy, is that human first and then cricketer second. Because if you get a good human, you'll get a good cricketer, irrespective. I don't care how bad you are as a player. If you're a good human being, somewhere, somehow, something is going to come together and you realize your true potential. So that is my philosophy in a nutshell.
And the youngsters, coach?
That's why I like you, Tilita. You keep me on top of my game, The youngsters, for me, I actually don't put a tag on them. They're not youngsters, they're cricketers. Like Kapi is a cricketer, and she's been here for donkey years. And they remain cricketers. The age, it's just a number. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Because you can be old and not be good, So for me, they're cricketers, they're not youngsters. Yes, from a potential point of view, this is what we've done. Our outlook in players that they're young, we actually forget that their potential is much bigger than most players that they found there. They can grow and become even better. That is the strength that they carry as youngsters. They carry good energy, and Karabo does do that. She does make fun of me every now and again. I'm like, this youngster. But yeah, it's always nice to have young players to witness what she's witnessed today. I mean, I saw her in the final, she was crying, as if she's the one that didn't make us win. She cared so much about this team winning on the day. And those are the type of human beings we're after in this team. And if you as a player don't want to subscribe to that, and then you won't be part of these special human beings there.
Thank you, Mbumi. Please. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to the team. My question is directed to Captain Laura. Obviously, with the records you've managed to break, with Gita also just explaining each and every one of it, personally to you, how much does it really mean, to perform this much in the World Cup, and how validating it is to maybe the young Laura who had always dreamt of such, moments, and how you probably hope to incorporate such a winning mentality into your leadership going forward. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously nice to score runs, but at the end of the day, if I could trade that and win the final, I'd do that really quickly. Yeah, it's a bit bittersweet, I guess. I think as a cricketer, sort of my main goal in my career is to win a World Cup trophy. ODI World Cup probably even more, because it's so rare and only comes around once every 4 years. So I think the overwhelming feeling is still a bit of disappointment deep down. The personal stuff is nice, I guess, but yeah, at the end of the day, I would have loved to win the game.
Thank you. I'll take a couple more. Any takers? All right, I think that brings us to the end. Bujanga, the microphone, please. Last one, sorry.
Good evening again. this one is for you, Coach. I just wanted to find out just your summary of this World Cup experience for you with this team. How was it for you?
I thought I was going to do that to the D. When I do my report and I send it to him, I was going to summarize everything. But now I have to do it here. I think it was a competition that really brought out the best of these girls. I think the character in which the girls operated throughout was second to none. And I think, the learnings, there's nothing better than a growing person that you would meet in life. Somebody that's willing to grow and become a better version of themselves. And these girls have shown that throughout. When you watched our games, you could see them playing with passion. You could see them playing with heart. You could see the dives on the field. You could see the catches that we took, the fight that we've shown. And it just shows what this team means to each and every one of them. And they're willing to fight for one another. Obviously the start that we had was not ideal. But like I said, it gave us perspective. And we played really, really good cricket. And we always felt that we were probably at 60-70% throughout. We're still working towards that perfect game. And I think we saw that perfect game against England. And then, as it goes, when you get to a final, it's about who wants it the most. It's about who plays the small moments well. We probably maybe missed out on that. They were not a better team than us. They know that. We probably didn't play certain moments in the game very well. That cost us. But, I see these girls in my eyes, they're winners. They're all winners. And they'll remain winners because whatever it is that we live now will manifest in June.
Thank you so much, Mr. Richards. I see you looking at me. I'm not going to leave you hanging here. Just a comment from your side, sir. Just your thoughts on the journey that these ladies have taken and how proud you are of them.
This women's side, as I've said so many times, they set the trend for us. And I think it's through their own actions that they achieve so much. If you look, the one thing that was very obvious when they departed was their conditioning. Laura, and I actually mentioned it to your fitness and conditioning coaches. I've never seen a team or a women's team in the condition. So that shows the sacrifices that the individuals make in order to achieve. The most noticeable thing in the space is, maybe it's a tribute to the coach, whatever, is that you play for each other. Is that how each one fights for the next one, how each one supports the other one. And that's what breeds success. If you think you've only inspired South Africa, let me tell you, you should take a step back and see what the ICC chair had said in the Twitter last night. What the contribution you have made to ensuring that this final was so well attended, that's such a competitive thing. And people think this is only a trend now. In 2024, and I'm saying this at an ICC meeting, some of the broadcasters already said, in a couple of years' time, women's sport will demand to be separated as a separate entity from the men's. And I think it's through the performances that you do that things have to change. So you don't ask for change, you demand those changes. And I think that is why, of course, so confident to say, wherever we need to expend more money, whatever, because he knows you demand it, so there's very little that cannot be done to ensure that the success will eventually come. So I can tell you from everybody in this room, you still are heroes. We're very, very proud of you as a team. And I can naturally see the disappointment within your eyes. I know how much you wanted it and what you said at the send-off. And it does hurt, but it will come. As long as you continue to improve and to do what you feel are the best. And I think that is the one thing that has changed over the last couple of years. It's something that Enoch wanted. He wanted these teams to act within their space and not to be interfered with. I think we've allowed that, but you've also deserved it through your actions. So thank you very much from a grateful nation for what you have done. Not only, and I can tell you, this is not only for cricket. It's for all women's sport. and for sport in general. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Before we wrap up, I just want to do one thing. Can I just ask the individuals that I'm going to name to please stand up, and then we'll give you a deserved round of applause, starting off in the order of how you guys are sitting. Anna Jackson, please stand up. Lady Claire, Lord Kuduleko Mlaba, Lord Kuduse Shangase, Marizanka, Masabati Kulas, Karabo Mesu, Sinalo Jaka, Tasmin Brits, Chloe Tryon, Julie Sukukule, Annika Bosch, Ayabonga Kaka, Sule Lis, and then we go over to management, Setibu Mutlaba, Happiness Messi, Nadine Hoffman-Kellerman, Zahid Sheikh, Abraham Ramwati, Convener of Selectors, Clinton Dupree, Dr. I can't see from here, sorry, Dr. Tsekofatso Khaitsewe, Mr. Bongani Ndaba, Bakir Abrams, Claire Blanche, Dylan Dupree, and last but not least, Mr. Zane Webster. Just a round of applause for each and every one here. Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That brings us to the end of the formal proceedings. We will be doing media interviews for the players and certain spokespersons from CSA. There will be dinner served, or braai, let me call it, around the corner in the leisure area and outside. So please enjoy. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And he fights for his players. Oh, I can tell you, I've seen that experience in so many cases. And I think it's a very...